They're right here now.
Thank you. Mr. Yoshimoto is here, Councilmember Onishi, and Councilmember Ikeda. Thank you all for this afternoon session. The session is now called to order. We'll be taking statements from the public on items on the agenda. Here in Kona, we have Mr. Jerry Warren, who will give a comment on video testimony. Sir, if you'd please come forward. Turn on the microphone. Identify yourself for the record, please. And you're testifying on Resolution 279-12.
Yes, sir. Do I push this or?
Push the little rectangular button. You may be on.
Am I on?
Thank you, sir.
The mic, okay. Thank you. Jerry Warren, in regards to testimony. When we speak at the county council meetings, we use an academic style of English. Our words are then converted into a printed text. Therefore, the county council is basically a print-oriented forum. Video is a non-print medium. Today, you will try to mix apples with oranges by allowing video to become a means of public input. The council is still wrestling with the details. You said that the videos will not be shown at your meetings, but your resolution is still vague about that. You are bending over backwards trying to accommodate the cyberspace people, but you must not overburden the legislative process. If you wanted to open public testimony to all citizens at home, you would be taking phone calls. You would have a separate number and record the calls, just like you were planning to do for the video people. People who Skype and tweet and blog are a fraction of our population. Why are you embracing the cyberspace elites and disenfranchising old-fashioned landline users? Even going back to cyberspace, I'm looking at your agenda, viewing of meetings on government access television, channel 52. Now my friends watch me on the mainland on the internet. And you never tell people that on your own agenda. So you are so lagging in just the basics that I think adding this video is just, you're ahead of yourselves. Mahalo.
Thank you, sir. Mahalo to you. Over in Waimea, Mr. Hurd, any testifier?
Good afternoon, Chair Pelago. We do not have testifiers this afternoon.
Thank you, sir. Ahua, Barbara.
Hi, good afternoon, Chair Pelago. We have no testifiers for your committee this afternoon.
Thank you. Stephanie Hilo.
Hi, we have 2 testifiers in Hilo today.
Thank you. Would you please go ahead and call your testifier to the table and introduce them for us, please?
Our first testifier was Russell Broderman, and he was in support of Communication 787, Resolution 280, but he had to leave. So our next speaker is Miley Rodriguez.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm going to be brief because I can tell you guys are tired. But I want to say that I was really struck by the metaphor of Warren Lee and the whole idea of structural strength. And that's basically what I think about clean elections. If there's one thing that clean elections does, it gives structural strength to our democracy. And I want to really thank all of you people, because almost all of you have been the guinea pigs for this pilot program, and you really deserve the credit for, bringing it through. I think it's been popular. I think some of you were surprised at how good it was. It's been popular with you. It's been popular with candidates running, and I think it's been really popular with the community. I want to say, to kind of fluff myself up here, that I'm really representing, maybe it was 9,000 people that we originally got got to sign the petition supporting clean elections, but also the Global Hope organization that supports this. I just want to make a point, and that is that everything has changed since we first started the clean elections, and everything changed with the Citizens United Supreme Court case, because that case has turned democracy on its, I don't know, on its head or whatever to use as a metaphor here, but it's a total crisis. In Obama's first inaugural speech, he brought it up, that he was so worried about the nation because of the Citizens United case. And it turns out that our little pilot program here in Hawaii for clean elections, for fair elections, is the medicine that our nation needs. So I just want to support all the changes made in this particular legislation, and I just want to say, first of all, thank you. And finally, yes, this is a critical moment in our nation, and little Hawaii, if we can just get clean elections to go not only from the county, but to the state level, and I think eventually to the nation, we might be able to save our democracy from the super PACs and the huge money that's being thrown at it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Rodriguez, for your testimony and your clean elections campaign. Thank you. Are there any testifiers in Hilo, Stephanie?
Yes, our next testifier is Jennifer Ruggles, and she will be followed by Carrie Marks.
Aloha.
Thank you. Aloha.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm going to keep mine pretty short as well. Just a background on clean elections is that now citizens, normal people, have the option and opportunity to get elected on support from their community and the power of their ideas, regardless of their financial background and their community's ability to pay for their campaign. And that time candidates usually spend fundraising in order to pay for a campaign is now spent getting to know their community and building support for their ideas. And this is the future of representation in a democracy. And this resolution is an important step. As far as all the details of this resolution, we've taken into account all of the County Council's suggestions. They're all really, really good. And to kind of overview, I'm going to address all of your concerns and the changes that we've made. So the first point is just to continue the program, to extend it so that it doesn't expire, so we can continue to use it. And in order to do that, we're calling on the legislature to take immediate action to find more funding for it, to find more funding for the Hawaii Campaign Spending Commission upon convening in the next legislative session. Also, we have adjusted the equal funding. We're going to make it equal. Well, the funding is going to be based upon formulas adjusted for each election cycle, and we've taken into consideration everyone's concerns as far as having equal funding for each district. And another concern was campaign spending limits. That seemed to be a big idea in people's minds when it came to clean elections. And the bottom line with that is that's just simply beyond the scope of what our Fair Election Program can do, and it's unconstitutional with Citizens United and Buckley versus Avaleo. We can't limit campaign spending. So other than that, if you have any further questions as far as the formula and the equalization for each district, you're welcome to ask me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your testimony.
Hi, Chair Pilago. The next speaker is Carrie Marks. She'll be speaking in support of Communication 786.2 and 787. And we do have another speaker after her. Thank you.
Thank you. Proceed, please.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I strongly support Communication 786.2, allowing people to submit testimony. I think it's a great idea. Anytime you can help people to speak their mind in different ways, I think it's a good idea. I have no idea why anybody would think this is disenfranchising people to make phone calls. That seems kind of like a silly complaint. Besides that, phone calls aren't official testimony, so that wouldn't be the same at all. There's a lot of ways that people can record videos. It's free and easy. A lot of people have a hard time writing testimony. It's very hard for them to get anything together in a written form. And they also have stage fright, and so they have a hard time coming up here and speaking to you. But if they had time to practice, to put together their 3 minutes, I think you might actually encourage more people to testify than do otherwise. So I strongly support video testimony. I also, switching topics, strongly support Communication 787, the Clean Elections campaign. I've also been trying to help gather petition signatures for this campaign for several many months in a row. I think it's a great idea. I think it would be awesome if someday everybody were running on publicly funded elections and only bad guys actually had private funding. That's my dream. Mahalo.
Mahalo to you.
Carol, that's
Good afternoon, sir.
that speaker is Puena An, speaking in support and making a comment on resolution 2E-.
Your name again, please, sir, for the record.
That is Puena An.
Thank you.
Afternoon, council committee, home stretch, guys. I really briefly, I just like to say on the matter of clean elections, I feel that it would be refreshing to see some kind of measure taken to restore the public's confidence in the electoral system, particularly because of the influence of large donors, and whether they be the PACs or corporations or whoever they be, and that seems to be perhaps a long-running sentiment that I've picked up within the community that, well, it's a bit of a, I don't want to say it's a sensitive term, but the word puppet comes up in my discussions with the public, and I really, in fact, I'm not even looking any of you in the eye because I don't want anybody to think that I'm accusing anybody of being anything. I'm trying to be sensitive to all you folks in your elected positions. I don't necessarily know any of you personally, but I'd like to reiterate, it would be very refreshing to see some of the public's confidence restored in the electoral process. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Stephanie?
Yes, that was our last testifier. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. We
Mr. Chair.
understand that
Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, please excuse me. We have another problem. Mr. Al has been waiting to comment on the video testimony, and he has to go and pick his wife up, like I have to go and get my car. Could I please indulge the committee, since it is appropriate for this committee, to ask Mr. Al to provide his comments now so that he can go and we both won't be late, leaving people stranded on street corners. Mr. Al, thank you first of all for staying. Mr. Chairman, is that okay?
That's fine. That's a
Thank you.
good and courteous thing. Sir?
Thank you, Chairman Palago, and thank you, Councilman Hoffman. First, I would like to commend the council and Councilman Hoffman for putting forth this initiative. I believe it's definitely something in the right direction. It provides a greater opportunity for the citizens of this island to communicate and actively participate in our government process. I believe the things that I am initially concerned of is one of oversight and governance of such information as it is presented to the council. In terms of paper testimony or written testimony, I believe the same rules should simply apply. If we provide for a video testimony to simply be provided via email link where the provider posts the video to a public site such as YouTube or others, the burden of storage, archival, retention, all of that is no longer a burden of the council, of the county, which can be quite expensive. Unformatted, uncompressed, high definition video for 1 minute can be as much as 1 gigabyte in storage size. So for 3-minute testimony, that could be 3 gigabytes and would require 1 gigabyte per second to be transferred. What all that means is it's a whole lot of stuff for us to store. So I believe the council has discussed the opportunity of using public sites such as YouTube to post that information. And I would simply offer as testimony that we, the council, simply apply the same level of governance and oversight as you do for written testimony, where the information is received by a certain date, noon prior to the day of the council meeting, that someone in the council or within the county clerk's staff review the content for duration, respectfulness in terms of all of the rules that have been simply already outlined. And then if the testimony is valid and able to be submitted, that it is then the acknowledgement sent back to that individual via email that it is accepted and will be sequenced for play during the county's council session. If, however, the testimony does not meet the requirements and it is deemed out of order, that the county clerk or the chairman then simply provide an email back to said individual stating the reasons why it is out of order. Say it is 3 minutes and 2 seconds, so it's 2 seconds too long. Or the testimony is disrespectful, or in some other way violates the rules that are. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Councilmember Hoffman. We understand that Mr. Tony Baldomero of the State Spending Commission is in our Hilo chambers, and he is here to discuss Resolution 280-12. It is our intent to call a recess to this committee because of compounding circumstances. I would invite Mr. Baldomero to come up and give comment. Please, sir, in this public testimony portion, if you could please give us your comments as to Resolution 280-12.
Thank you, Chair Pelago, fellow council members. My name is Tony Baldomero, Associate Director with the Campaign Spending Commission. It's a pleasure to be here today from Oahu. You do have the testimony of the Executive Director from the Commission, Kristen Izumi-Nitao. So I'm not going to rehash that, but I do have some comments I'd like to make regarding this resolution. First of all, the Commission does take this resolution very important. It's very important to us, and we do take it seriously. As you know, the Commission has been tasked with administering this pilot program for the 2010, 2012, and 2014 elections. And our concerns from the Commission continues to be with the funding aspect with the program. I think if the Commission continues to fund this program as it accelerates the disbursement from the Hawaii Election Campaign Fund, the fund will be insolvent in 5 years, 5 to 6 years. So we take that very seriously. This resolution proposes to request adequate funding from the legislature, so we do appreciate that. It also seeks to expand the program statewide and also expand this Hawaii County Council program beyond the 2014 election through the 2020 election. The Commission feels that before any expansion should occur, we believe that this program, the pilot program, its success should be measured first. And we believe that it shouldn't be measured solely on candidates that won or lost, because in the 2010 election, 8 candidates received public funding totaling $148,000. 4 of those won, and 4 of those lost. Council member Brittany Smart did make history in the fact that she was the first non-incumbent to be elected with full public funding. And this year, Karen Eoff is the second to be elected as a non-incumbent with full public funding. But we believe that these questions should be asked. This was the intent of Act 244, that has the number of candidates increased for Hawaii County Council elections? The answer to that is no. Has it increased the number of quality candidates that run for Hawaii County Council? Well, that's a difficult question to answer because 5 of you on the council receive public funding. But in totality, has the quality of candidates increased? Do you have more time to work on do the work of the people instead of spend countless hours fundraising? I would think, yes, you do. Has voter turnout increased? As I look at the statistics, not really. Has it resulted in better initiatives before the council? That's a question that you need to ask. Do you have an answer? Has special interest contributions been taken out of the process? That's a very important question. When you look at the intent of this program, the answer to that is yes. And has special interest lobbying been discontinued? That's a question that you need to answer. So these are some of the questions that should be answered before any expansion is granted in this program. I think one thing the resolution does not address is the immediate concern with the requirement that a minimum of at least $3.5 million be in the fund as of September 1st, 2013, in order for the program to run in 2014. Right now, the fund has a balance of $3.4 million. So, moving forward to September 1st, without at least $3.5 million, this program will not be operative in 2014. If a legislative amendment is made to change that minimum threshold, we do agree with the resolution that the inequality or the disparity in funding should be addressed. Giving one council district $1,200 while we give another district $42,000, that's a major disparity that we need to address. In the 2012 legislative session, there was a proposal that was brought forward, and that proposal was actually not passed, but it would have created an inequality amongst the 9 districts, creating funding of about, I think it was about $20,000 for each of the 9 districts. So if it comes down to it, the commission will consider any of these proposals put forward to create an equitable funding mechanism. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We understand you have a 5:50 flight. As you've been noted, this committee will go in recess for reconvening later this evening, early evening. We do wish you would be here to act as a resource person when we reconvene. And the other issue, you first referenced a communication from your department. I don't have that. If you could please give yours to our staff there so they can transmit to our committee members here, we would appreciate that very, very much.
Mr. Palago, point of clarification. They did provide testimony at the last meeting, and I did reference it. We did have it, but it is not in our folders today, but we did receive it at the last meeting.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chair?
I stand corrected. Thank you, sir.
Mr.
Council
Chair?
member?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you're gonna take a recess now?
If there are no more testifiers, I will call a recess to this committee because of some important issues that's compounding, and we need to move into finance right away.
Oh, so you're gonna table this?
Recess till later this early evening.
But we have Tony here that was gonna answer questions to the council members.
We understand. We hope to dispense with finance as soon as possible. There's some very important and pressing pending issues that we have to take care of at this end. And once we're offline, I'll be happy to explain.
Okay, well, his flight is at 5:50.
Thank you.
So is it possible to just take finance with those very important issues and then come back to your committee?
We'll certainly consider that.
Okay, because he flew all the way from Honolulu to Hilo to participate in this discussion.
We understand.
Okay, thank you.
We'll try to be as respectful and hospitable as possible, and we ask for some tolerance and discretion. Thank you all. Stephanie, are there any other testifiers in Hilo?
No, that's it, but I do have a...
Thank you very much. There are none at our other sites. At this time, I will now recess this Government Relations Committee to allow finance to conduct their business. We'll reconvene later early evening. Thank you.